The Young and the Restless, YNR, recap for Wednesday, October 8th, indicates that Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, dropped a Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, bombshell on Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, while Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, placed a label on her relationship with Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziadei. During the Tuesday, October 7th episode, Victor promised he would sway Jill's opinion of Kane, and he certainly delivered that on the October 8th show. Victor stunned Jill when he told her that Kane accumulated his Aristotle Dumas fortune from Colin Atkinson's Tristan Rogers' Last Con. Victor revealed that Colin swindled the woman who owned Kane's current summer chateau in Nice before him and proclaimed that Kane knew about this all along. Jill tried to act calm, cool, and collected as she exited the Newman ranch, requesting proof of Victor's claim before she left, but she was fiery mad as she walked away from the Newman estate. Victor had one simple request for Jill: to ask Kane for the AI software so she could give it to Victor and he could destroy it. Jill found that a hilarious proposition, but will she end up delivering the goods on this to ensure that Kane doesn't destroy the family businesses of many within GC that she holds near and dear to her heart? Speaking of Kane and that AI software, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, paid the billionaire mogul a visit. The two talked about a wide range of topics, including Kane handing over that AI program so it could be destroyed. Kane thought that was pretty funny, considering that if he gave it to somebody, he wouldn't be able to fully trust that they would destroy the software. Kane also brought up the point that he'd also be worried that someone would try to come after his conglomerate with said AI program. While Kane came up with names to hand the software over to that ranged from Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, to Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, or potentially Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. Jack, suggested Jill. The two also talked about how Kane played Billy during YNR's October 8th episode. Jack was outraged and questioned why Kane would string Billy along twice, only to drop him and all his hopes and dreams. Kane noted that originally, he had genuinely wanted to snag Chancellor away from Victor to have Billy run the company for the sake of Billy's relationship with Jill. Kane was hoping Billy could prove to his mom that he isn't a complete dumpster fire by leading Chancellor successfully, but Kane lost faith in Billy and nixed the idea. Interestingly enough, as Kane and Jack wrapped up their conversation, Jill arrived on scene, ready to confront her pseudo-son with what Victor told her, and she didn't look pleased. Meanwhile, back at the Newman ranch, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, questioned Victor about what he would do if Jill delivered that AI software. Would he destroy it, or stab Jack in the back by going after Debo? Victor gave Nikki a smug look as he grinned, but didn't exactly answer her, so it's clear he's got an entirely different plan on the go. Finally, Tessa and Daniel bonded over coffee during the Wednesday show, while in the park. They talked about everything from how Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, is digesting the news about Mariah Copeland's Cameron Grimes' night with that older man. Plus, they discuss Will Hensley's, Michael Swan, mental state and whether he's dangerous, as well as the idea of Tessa going to Boston to visit her wife at the clinic. Daniel supported Tessa through her highs and lows during the conversation and reminded her how lucky she was. After all, despite the drama, Mariah is still alive and safe in the Boston clinic. Whatever the reason for attacking Will, Mariah felt her life was in danger, and the fact that she's okay is a blessing. Tessa was reminded that Heather Stevens' Veil Bloom wasn't given that same grace, which also made her realize how lucky she was to have Daniel in her life. Tessa affectionately told Daniel he was more than a friend, he was her best friend. The Young and the Restless spoilers note that the two hugged after Tessa said this, but fans could literally see Daniel's heart breaking in two as the woman of his dreams placed him ever so gently into the friend zone, somewhere he clearly doesn't want to be. Swing by CDL regularly for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. Kane's ruffled Victor's feathers more than any business rival we've seen in a hot minute. We can't remember the last time the mustache thought Newman Enterprises was in jeopardy due to anyone other than his own offspring. That said, the tables are about to turn on Ashby, and the fallout may leave Genoa City in chaos. Presumably part of the divide and conquer strategy Victor proposed, or rather declared, to Jack and Billy, the Newman is set to make his first strike against Kane and the threat he presents. Young and Restless spoilers indicate that Victor will share shocking news with Jill by midweek, which will undoubtedly bring to light some unsavory details that Kane would rather be left in the dark. Always 10 moves ahead of his opponent in chess, expect Victor's reveal to Kane's surrogate mama to be a game-changer as well. What will he tell her? He could certainly dirty Ashby's name by filling Jill in on him having Nick and Sharon locked in his chateau, his son's resulting brush with death, and the near-miss attempt to get Nikki to sign over Chancellor. But more likely, the Black Knight will uncover the fraudulent dealings that led Colin to taking possession of the chateau in the first place. Although Kane called Victor's bluff when he threatened to go public with the illegal activity, there was little doubt that he knows it will affect his business, not to mention his family, with whom he's already in the doghouse. Jill, meanwhile, is bound to be scandalized and not a little disappointed given she believed Kane's claim that he built his empire on the up and up. Indeed, Kane will start to feel the walls crumbling when he's confronted by Jill and Lily by week's end. Who will tell Lily? Well, that brings us to the second prong of Victor's two-pronged attack, having Adam publish the details of Colin's crime via Newman Media. That's one way for Ashby's ex to be alerted, and we can only imagine what she'll have to say on the sordid matter given it proves she was right all along to have suspicions. As the situation unravels for Kane, young and restless viewers can also expect a confrontation between him and Adam. With Ashby feeling everyone is against him, he may become more dangerous than ever, hence the chaos in the forecast. Bring on the drama. The air in Genoa City is thick with more than just the chill of a Wisconsin autumn. It's charged with the electricity of long-buried secrets, corporate machinations, and the raw, unvarnished emotions of hearts pushed to their breaking point. On this pivotal Wednesday, a simple walking stick became a scepter of power, a father's love was tested by his own flawed history, and an artist's accusation threatened to shatter a fragile new beginning. The mustache's masterstroke, a cane, a conscience, and a confrontation. The day's most seismic events unfolded within the hallowed, oak-paneled walls of the Newman Enterprises executive suite. Seated behind his desk, a throne he has defended with ruthless precision for decades, Victor Newman surveyed his kingdom with a glint of cold satisfaction in his eyes. Across from him, perched with an elegance that barely concealed a lifetime of battling for her place,